Hey, if you're watching this video, I just want to say thank you for purchasing the prescription box for blowouts. It's going to change your life. And I'm excited to share with you some of my tips and tricks to get the best blowouts, the blow in the wind blowouts, the silky smooth blowouts, and blowouts that can actually revert back to your natural curl once you shampoo it, all right? So again, you got your prescription box here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Inside your prescription box, I just want to highlight a few of the things that you have. First and foremost, I have the larger size, but this is your shampoo. Your handy dandy shampoo. It's amazing. The wonderful thing about this great shampoo is that it actually has thermal protected in it, amongst other things. That is what I mainly use it for, is for the heat protectant piece of it. If you have color, it actually protects and seals in your color. And it actually has some product in there, some silkening beads that actually act as anti-frizz, anti-humidity for us natural girls because we don't like our hair reverting. The second thing you have in your box is your handy dandy conditioner. It pairs right with your shampoo. It also has that thermal protectant in it and those silkening elements that give you that nice, sleek, silky blowout once you're done. Along that same line, you have the Aquage silkening treatment. This is, again, what I use in the salon. If you're a client of mine, you know these are the things that I use. You all talk a lot about how they smell. I love the products and the way they smell as well. But this is the silkening treatment oil that you use when your hair is wet. You use this when it is wet. It is very concentrated. You do not need anything larger than a nickel or quarter size. Now, if you have extremely dense hair, like some of my clients, when I say dense, I mean, how do I put this? When I say dense, when you think of a forest, and you think of a forest that has so many trees, you literally cannot see the ground. That is what I mean by dense. And so if you have hair to where, like for instance, I didn't do anything seriously but just wake up because I wanted to give you guys the raw. My hair is thick, but you can still sort of like see my part when I like push it to the side, and you can still see a little bit of my scalp. I have medium density. So I would use probably between a nickel and a quarter size amount. Somebody that has hair that is more dense than I would probably use a full quarter size amount. Emulsify it in your hands, rub it all over. I'll show you when we get started here in just a little bit. So that is the silkening treatment oil. Other thing I mentioned here that is also in the box is our dramatic repair spray. Now, wonderful thing is this says blonde. And so one would think, well, why do I have this in my box? I don't need this. You do. I love this product. I went to Paul Mitchell the school, Riley, whoop, whoop. And I discovered this as I was doing my blowouts. I think somebody mentioned it to me about it being a really good product. But I use this as a leave-in. And the wonderful thing about this is it has keratin in it. And so most of the times for those people, those women who have gone blonde, obviously they typically use a lightener. Lightener is fantastic. However, lightener does do some things to the hair. And so sometimes it could cause holes to be in your hair, which is fine if you have the right tools and the right products to fill those holes up. So this is what that does. It deposits keratin in your hair to add strength, because a lot of times that's what blondes lack, as well as naturals, because our hair goes through so much. And so I use this sort of as a strengthening leave-in, okay? Last but not least, this is called Hot Off the Press. It's by Paul Mitchell. I swear by it. I do not do blowouts without it. This is once your hair is all blow dried, prior to you flat ironing your hair, you're going to use this before you flat iron to further guarantee that heat protecting factor, okay? So if you notice, everything that I mentioned just now, all heat protectant. I don't play. I am a versatile curly girl, which means I like to wear my hair curly, and I also like to wear it straight. And when I like to wear it curly, I don't need any straight pieces, okay? And when I like to wear it straight, I like to be bone straight. I want people to think that I have a relaxer, but I really don't. All right? So, the last thing, well, two more things. You got this comb in your packet. What is so lovely about this comb? The great thing about this comb is it's so durable. I don't know if you all have picked up, and no offense to this, you know, get what works, but if you all have, that's my dog, forgive her, bless her heart. I don't know if you guys have gone to the beauty supply store, and they're typically like tan colored. They're kind of flimsy, and my hair is thick, and so is y'all's hair. I've seen it and done it. But this just combs right on through the hair. It's good for detangling, and it's antimicrobial. So I love it. Now, you still need to cleanse your combs, but I love this because it's got antibacterial, antimicrobial properties on the comb, and you'll see that. Lastly is, you'll notice these little things. What are these? This is your hydrating treatment kit. So this is actually this, all right? If you come to the salon, you know that I use this when I give you a hydrating treatment, okay? This is the Keratin Intensive Treatment. Again, like the Forever Blonde Dramatic Repair Spray, this has keratin in it. Why is this so important? Well, a lot of times our hair can become weakened. It can become weakened due to perhaps over-processing. It can become weakened due to heat styling. It can become weakened to a variety of things. And so this does two things. It strengthens our hair with the keratin, and it provides hydration. This has hydrating properties in it. And once you sit underneath that dryer for that 15 minutes that you'll see coming up soon, it just makes your hair feel like silk, and it's a lot healthier and stronger and moisturized. Okay, so that's that. Now, I wanted to give you guys the reel because, like I said, I just woke up. I knew I was doing my hair today, so I really didn't do much. But we are going to get into the shampoo. I'll be right back in a second. I'm going to wet my hair, and I'm going to just show you how I shampoo because I don't want to take for granted that everybody knows how to do that properly, okay? Be right back. All right, so I'm back. I drenched my hair. I fully saturated it. One of the things that I realized, again, I take for granted the things that people know and don't know. It's really important. The first part of your shampoo, your wash, is to use that water to rinse as much product, oil, dirt, and debris from your hair before you put your shampoo on. A lot of people say, oh, my shampoo's not lathering. You can eliminate some of that issue from simply rinsing out your hair really good with water first. So I would do a good 3-minute rinse before you even apply your shampoo. So anyway, I put a little bit of shampoo in, and I just wanted to show you how much I'm using. Can you guys see that? It's really not much. This shampoo is extremely concentrated. So anyway, I'm emulsifying this in my hands, and I like to start at the back and just get in there. I like to divide my hair and make sure it's in there good. Okay. Another thing, if I have a lot of product in my hair or something, I'll do this, focusing mainly on my scalp, just trying to get the dirt and debris, because there are some people that you can't just do one of these numbers and rinse it out, just depending on the style they have prior to and their natural oil levels and all that good stuff. So anyway, just shampooing my hair. I'm just sort of pulling through. I don't want to do this agitation wash machine number because I don't want it to tangle up, because I didn't detangle my hair before I washed it. Some people may need to do that just depending on what you had. If you had braids in beforehand, go ahead and wet your hair, put some conditioner on it, and go ahead and try to comb as much of that out as possible, because you can lock your hair up. I'm sure people have done it. But I'm just lightly massaging my scalp to make sure my scalp is clean. Just a massage right at the root, right at my scalp. And get in there. Give yourself a head massage. I take pride in the shampoo part of the client experience. It's relaxing. How often do you get somebody to just rub your head and massage it? It feels so good. So I'm at the back. Okay. So I got my shampoo, and it's gotten a good lather. If you don't see much lather, I would do one more shampoo. If not, I will go ahead and rinse. Be back. All right, so I rinsed out my hair. You can tell from my arms, I kind of get messy with the shampoo. Rinsed out my hair. This is a microfiber towel. It's good for absorption. So I'm just gonna blot. Not one of these numbers because you'll tangle your hair up. I'm gonna just blot that out. And the reason that I'm taking out those excess pockets of water is because I want my next step, my hydration treatment, to really get absorbed in my hair really, really good. Okay? So, this is what you guys have. All right? And I'm going to use this, even though I have the bottom, I'm going to use this to show you how much you can use of this. So, this stuff is potent. All right? That's it for my hair. So you can get, I gave you 2 of these. You should be able to get at least 3 hydration treatments. Now, on a normal basis, when you're shampooing your hair, you could just use your silkening conditioner. You can also use this as a hydration treatment as well. That one, this one has keratin in it though. So that's why I like it, because it's strengthening. All right, so I did sit underneath the dryer for the remaining 5 minutes. And now we are ready to rinse out. So you'll see some steam come out. Wow. Wow. All right. Hair feels so good, so soft. I have a lot of different textures in my hair. My front is really, really, really straight. My back is really, 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 really tight. And that's normal. That's normal. So I'm getting ready to rinse out. One of the things I want you to note is that I'm rinsing out with cool water. Doesn't have to be cold, just cool. I'm going to rinse out completely with cool water and go from there. All right, I'm back. I rinse my hydrating treatment out with cool water. This is me, all me. Like I said, my hair in the front is much straighter than my back. Stark contrast, right? So anyway, there's that. Woo! All right, here's the fun part. We are going to apply our leave-in conditioner first. You can either apply it in your hand, and and then emulsify and apply it to your hair. Some people choose to do that. So you can see what you got going on. It smells so delightful. I love it. Or you can apply straight to your hair. Either way, once it's in there, just sort of distribute it with your fingers. I'm not doing this number. I'm not detangling it. Not yet. I'm just sort of pulling through. Okay. Next, I got my silkening treatment oil. Remember what I mentioned at the beginning? That's it. That's it. If you put too much, your hair could become greasy. You don't want that. It's not made like that, but if you overdo it, it will. I'm emulsifying this in my hand. I'm even putting some on the back of my hand because what I'm going to do, it's going to be like I'm lotioning my hair. Okay? But at the back tends to get no love, so I'm going through. And I'm just pulling through, starting at my roots, and I'm pulling through to the ends. Okay? That's it. That's it. So that bottle should take you a long way. Okay? So I shampooed my hair. I applied my hydrating treatment. I set underneath the dryer for 15 minutes. I rinsed it out with cool water. I applied my Forever Blonde Repair Spray. And I applied my silkening oil treatment. Now I am going to section and detangle my hair in preparation for the go dry. Y'all feeling all right? Y'all gonna make it? This shouldn't take you longer than 2.5 hours, okay? If you're following everything step by step, it shouldn't take you longer than 2.5 hours, okay? Please give me a call. As you know, you are welcome to do that. I want you to be successful. And tag me in your end result. Do a before and an after and tag me. Tag the prescription box with it. Can't believe I used to have a relaxer. I love this stuff. I love it. It's work, but I love it. All right, we're ready for our blow dry. I just did some parting. I think I maybe have 7, 3, yeah, I think I have 7 sections. 7 sections is what I'm using. And I'm just gonna take my time and move these little pieces out the way. I'm gonna start in the front and start detangling. Notice this blow dryer is not on my hair. It's not in the brush. It's close, but it's not in the brush. It's maybe about an inch away. That's really important because this heat is pretty high and it's concentrated and it's powerful. And so if you apply all that heat directly to your hair, you will break your hair off or burn it off. I've seen it. And you'll have singed hair. You don't want that. So get pretty close, but not directly on your hair. One of my techniques is that I'm taking my time. What you know about Jesus? He's alright. What you know about Jesus? He's alright. He's alright. He's alright. Alright. We are almost done. This is where your hot off the press is going to come into play. Right here, this bad boy, right here. Remove that top. Let your hair get loose, get wild. And you're just going to spray all around. Kind of like old school oil sheen. And just let it fall in your hair. Not too much. A little goes a long way. Now, it's my favorite part. It's the flat iron. I'm using my Paul Mitchell flat iron that I use in the salon. But any ceramic or titanium flat iron would be just fine. Most of the flat irons that are on the market right now anyway are all ceramic or at least ceramic coated. So as long as you don't have any snags on your plates, you're good. Because if you have a snag on your plate, it'll snag on your hair and it'll cause breakage. So we don't want that. Now, this part is rather important. This talks about, or rather, I am going to mention to you the degrees. Now, if you do not have degrees on your flat iron, I would really recommend you getting one that does. So, like if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you don't know what that temperature is. You don't know what that degree is. But if you are not able to do that, just get a white cloth, a white paper towel, and test your flat iron on that white paper towel. If it burns or causes that paper towel to turn brown, it is too hot for your hair. But for me, there are 3 types of hair. There's fine, there's medium, and there's coarse. For fine hair, I would recommend you starting out at about 375. Taking small sections. If that does the trick, then stay there. For my normal hair, I would say 390, 400 at the max. Okay, in terms of degrees. For my coarse hair folks, I have coarse hair. I have between medium and coarse. No, I have coarse hair. Texture. So what I'm referring to is the texture. So the texture is how large a single strand of hair is. So my single strands of hair are between medium and coarse. All right, so now I am ready to flat iron my hair. Again, for those coarse folks like myself, I start at about 410. Okay, I'm comfortable starting there because I've applied all my heat protectants starting at the shampoo all the way into just a second ago when I sprayed my hot off the press thermal protectant spray. Okay, if your heat is too hot, you could do more damage than good to your hair. You can cause your hair to have a little heat damage. I'm looking at my ends because they are atrocious and I need them trimmed. So I'll probably do a little trim at the end as well. All right, ready? Got my heat pumped up, not too high. Another key to this is I got my heat up because I know I'm only doing one pass. Okay? One pass, patty. One pass, patty. I tend to flat iron in the way that I'm going to wear my hair, but it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to do something like this, maybe. Or I could do a middle part, I don't know. Let's see. See how I want to wear it. All right, for this, let's section our hair in 4 parts so we can divide and conquer. Divide and conquer is the name of the game. The great thing about parting is you don't necessarily have to see it you sort of use it as a pencil. You know how you draw with a pencil? Just go straight down, especially if you have a comb like that. One of the tips, too, is to get a really fine tooth comb. This is really fine. Really, really, really fine. See that? Really fine. That is going to allow you to get each strand of your hair in that flat iron. Okay? Here we go. Before we start, I do like to get my edges. So if you have a smaller flat iron, then you are welcome to use that. I have one, but I don't feel like plugging it up and pulling it out. And just to show you, you don't need all those extra tools. It's good to have, but you don't need it. It's not required. Okay? And as I'm getting like the hairline and my roots and stuff, I'm making sure to sort of pull it back into my hair to sort of cushion or act as a buffer for the heat. Just taking the little small sections. Okay? We did that. We'll do the same thing on this other side. Taking small sections and just getting the edges, sort of flat ironing it back. All right, we're ready. The key to silky blowouts, one of the keys, is to take small sections. You see how small that is? You can like see through that almost. I mean, it's really small. I'm going to take that. Now, here's a little trick. I use my comb typically. I'm pulling that in there. And I allow my comb to go through first to separate the strands so that the flat iron can get to each one. That's one. That's one pass. I'm not going back through that with my flat iron. I'm done. I'm done with my section. One slow pass. That's all you need. Where we get into heat damage is when we start doing this 3 and 4 times. You don't need to do that. Take your time. Take your time the first time, and you don't have to keep going through, okay? Next section. Small. You see, again, it's a small section, okay? I'm locking my comb in so that it can help me out with separating as I flat iron. I did pay a little more attention to my roots because I am natural. And I'm just taking and coming down. That's it. Look at that. Look at that shine. Come on. Get it? Let's keep going. Small section. If you do not have a small tooth comb, that's fine. These are just the best tips and tricks for a flawless, silky blowout, okay? Going all the way through the ends. That's it. Look at that. You can't beat that. And again, my flat iron is acting as my finish because again, I got my hair pretty straight in the blow dry. It's a little large, so we're going to make that a little smaller because again, we want to take small sections so that we don't have to go over this hair more than once and risk. See how small that is? Real small. It's probably like half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. Make sure your section isn't too wide. If it is, just take smaller sections, smaller pieces rather. So I had a little water in my hair in the bottom, so I had some condensation on my phone. Not good. It'll tell on you too. So just word to the wise. If you hear, go ahead and do a power dry on the ends of your hair to get it out. No sizzle on that one. Okay? Look at that. Let that blow dry. So this is a pretty wide section, so I'm going to take this in 2 parts. No sizzle on that one. That means we got it dry like we need it to. And again, I'm showing you everything because I want you to know. I want you to know what to look for. Okay. And you can't tell from here, but I do need a nice little trim. I'm just going to show you what it is to use just the flat iron and not necessarily your comb. You can do the same thing. This is a little product that I have. It's a styling treatment oil. It's what they call a dry oil, so it doesn't leave that hard, not hard, but that oily feel. Really just gives it shine. Locks it in. There we are. You are all blown out. Feel free to add curls. I love curls. See how the hair moves? Blow out to perfection. If you do decide to curl your hair, I recommend turning the heat down. So you already straightened it. You're really just curling it. Turn the heat all the way down. I'm putting mine on 320. I'm going to do a second little round of this here. Still very light, not way down or heavy. Okay. And if you have a curling iron, you can use one of those as well. Again, just make sure the heat is turned down.